In the 1990s, Garth Brooks was at the peak of his career. Widely considered the biggest country music star in the world, he sold millions of albums, packed arenas, and was a constant presence in the media. But despite all of his success, Garth made a surprising and unconventional decision. He chose to step away from the spotlight to focus on his family and raise his children in Oklahoma. At the height of his fame, Garth could have easily continued to dominate the music industry. He was on top of the world, his album sales were through the roof, he had an army of loyal fans, and his tours were nothing short of legendary. But Garth had always been someone who valued his family above all else, and as he became a father, he realized that the life of a global superstar wasn't the kind of environment he wanted for his kids. In 2000, at the peak of his career, Garth made the bold decision to step away from music. He announced that he was retiring from touring to focus on raising his 3 daughters with his then-wife, Trisha Yearwood. At the time, it was a huge shock to his fans, and many wondered if Garth was simply burnt out or if he'd be back in the limelight soon. But Garth's reasons were much deeper than that. In interviews, he explained that he wanted to give his children the kind of childhood that was as normal as possible. Growing up in the spotlight can be tough for kids, and Garth was determined to ensure that his daughters wouldn't grow up in the fishbowl of fame. By moving back to Oklahoma and living a more private life, Garth was able to give his kids the stability and normalcy that he felt they deserved. At the time of his retirement, Garth's decision seemed almost unheard of. Most superstars would have jumped at the chance to continue their reign, but Garth recognized the importance of family. He wanted to be there for his daughters, to be an active part of their lives, and to be the kind of father who could attend school plays, help with homework, and be home for dinner every night. In his own words, he was ready to just be a dad and let the rest of the world pass him by for a while. It wasn't just about spending time with his children, though. Garth also understood that being the biggest superstar in the world wasn't everything. The relentless pace of touring, the constant pressure of staying on top, and the stress of living in the public eye were all things that took a toll on him. He knew that if he wanted to be truly happy, he needed to make a choice, his family or the fame. While Garth took a break from touring, he didn't completely disappear from the music scene. He still recorded albums and performed occasional shows, but his focus shifted entirely. His time in Oklahoma allowed him to step away from the chaos of the industry and really reconnect with what mattered most to him. Garth was able to raise his kids in a more down-to-earth environment, away from the paparazzi and media frenzy that often surround the lives of celebrities. Years later, Garth returned to touring, but he came back on his own terms. His decision to step away and prioritize his family only made his return to music more meaningful. When he made his comeback, it wasn't driven by the need for more fame or success. It was about doing what he loved, but now with the wisdom of someone who had taken the time to reflect on what truly mattered in life. Garth's decision to leave the superstar life behind and raise his children in Oklahoma wasn't just an act of personal sacrifice. It was a conscious choice to prioritize what was most important: family. And in doing so, he showed that sometimes stepping back from the spotlight can be the most rewarding decision a person can make. In the end, Garth Brooks didn't just give up being the biggest superstar on the planet. He made a decision to be the biggest dad he could be. And that's a choice that speaks volumes about his character and his values.